Alrighty, folks, welcome into Chalk Talk Social. It is Tuesday, November 25th, and we might have to have the conversation. Is Mac Jones better than Brock Purdy? It's an uncomfortable one, but boy, does Brock Purdy kind of stink. Iman, what's going on?
You already know, Austin, I'm about my money, I'm about my biz. You know it's me. When you hear that, there it is. Another week in the winner's circle. It
Ooh,
wasn't the prettiest, but all three of us in the winner's circle this week. So, the energy's flowing in Chalk Talk Social right now. I'm feeling good, fresh back from Austin. I was in Austin this weekend around a bunch of Cowboy fans who were sick for a little bit during the game, but somehow, some way,
somehow, some way. Yeah, I mean,
they
hey,
pulled it off.
all three of us finally we're in unison this week with the winner circle, like you said. It feels good. The energy's right, even though partially my winning is also like deteriorated by Joey's winning and vice versa. We're both like, shitting on each other's winnings a little bit. But either way, in the tops of the NFC North, feels good. Y'all on the tops of the AFC North, the
We
Rams,
back. We back.
all the way back up. Woo, man, barely. Wow, that we'll have to get into it a little bit later, but you
Yep.
know what it is as always. Top 10 and 10 to kick off the episode. So, let's just get straight into it. Let's see what we got. The big headlines from the weekend, what the folks are talking about. Number one, the Los Angeles Rams remain they're just a weaknessless juggernaut after putting a spanking on the Bucks 34-7. And I know Baker Mayfield got hurt, and Teddy Bridgewater clearly looked like he wanted nothing to do with playing in that football game, go back to coaching. But look, this is a Rams team with the NFL leader in passing touchdowns, receiving touchdowns, receptions, and the top scoring defense in the NFL. They'd be the first ever to lead in all four of those categories if they were to pull it off. Stafford has like 25 touchdowns and 0 picks in his last however many games. He's got like a 30 touchdown to 2 picks season right now. One of the best touchdown to interception ratios in the history going right now. So this team, man, oh my. The Buccaneers offense, even with Baker, had no answer. That was an ass kicking. What's up next?
Number two, I need a DJ right now to cue in Queen and hear this beat go doom, doom, doom. Another one bites the dust. Chip Kelly, you're fired. Go home. Do whatever you want to do. You suck. He's always sucked. Chip Kelly just got fired from the Oakland Raiders. Offense was 31st in the NFL. Super bad. I mean, it hasn't looked good all year, but I don't understand why he keeps getting jobs. He had probably one good year with Ohio State, and everybody thought that he's back to the old Oregon Chip Kelly. Now, I do want to say this. It may be a conspiracy with all of these college jobs open. He may have rigged himself to be able to get back into college where he could be a little bit more successful running the program, because clearly that offense he was running at Ohio State was not working in Oakland. But get your coat, your hat, and leave. You're gone, Chip Kelly. And what a waste of money. He was the highest paid OC in the NFL for 11 games. But I've never been a Chip Kelly fan. He's been an asshole and a bad coach for a long time. So peace out.
Yeah, that Raiders offense looks allergic to points right now. Speaking of allergic to points, the Eagles couldn't score any second half points. They blow a 21-0 lead to lose on a walk-off field goal to Iman's ex-Dallas Cowboys, 24-21. And like we've been talking about, that Eagles offense still cannot be trusted. Their offensive line is not the juggernaut unit that it once was. Wow, common word so far this episode, juggernaut. I gotta stop. And now apparently their defense cannot be trusted because they gave up like 500 yards, some crazy amount of yards, which should never happen. The scheme has kind of no idea what it's doing sometimes. The identity is not there. They still have problems getting Saquon going. The pass game is what it is, but through the efforts, Dak becomes the Cowboys' all-time leading passer and also eclipses for the franchises. He passes Romo, your guy. I know you like Romo. He passes as the most franchise quarter four OT comebacks. Jalen Hurts moves into the most rushing touchdowns in Eagles history when you count the playoffs. So, hey, they had that going, but they do surrender the top of the NFC now to the Rams. What's next?
Number four, our guy Jaxon Smith-Njigba is on a historical run right now. In just 11 games this year, he broke the Seattle Seahawks single season receiving record with 1,300 yards 1,309 yards. He is on pace to be the first receiver to break the 2,000 mark. Is this guy not Jerry Rice 2.0 right now? And see, a lot of people was asking, hey, why are y'all getting rid of DK Metcalf? Clearly, they seen something at practice that knew he was going to be able to put this type of season up. I mean, is he not the best receiver in the league right now? Nobody can deny that, because we're talking for the past 4 weeks. Everybody know that that's Sam Darnold's favorite target, and you still can't stop him. I'm putting it on the table right now. He will have 2,089 yards before the season is out, and he will be the greatest receiver single season of all times.
That's a very specific bet. There seems like there's already money on it. Next up, the NFL game. We had 3 NFL games going to overtime this weekend. Kind of set us up for some wild finishes across the league. Kansas City and Danny Dimes both looking a little shaky right now and not really convincing anyone at this point anymore. So the Chiefs win 23-21. The Giants were another team. They went to OT with the Lions. They blow yet another lead. Hey, get Jameis out there. You got Jameis out there catching touchdown passes, looking like a freak athlete, just chucking footballs all across the yard. Just a born, just natural electric factory. But Lions win 34-27. And then to the last OT game, Trevor Lawrence just keeps stacking interceptions. He's up to 11 already on the season, but somehow these Jags just keep winning. Not sure how they do it, because Trevor Lawrence has not been much of a help there, but they win 27-24 over the Cardinals. What's next?
6. Our guy Archie Manning has got his hand in the pot right now, and he is cooking. He's actually showing us that he is a Manning after all, and he's not adopted, because he's been cooking the past few weeks. He had a great game this week against Arkansas, where they got the win 52-37, where he finished the game 18 of 30, 389 yards, 4 tugs. Get this, 1 on the ground and 1 receiving. Man, Arch Manning is really starting to cook. He's starting to look like he's an NFL quarterback. And you can say what you want to say. Arkansas is a SEC school. They're filled with NFL guys. So every week in the SEC, if you're playing at a high level, you are showing that you can play. Hey, we needed to pump the brakes a little bit. Archie is starting the ball. I'm going to take back what I said. Keep cooking, my boy. Mr. Manning is on his way.
Yeah, and he climbed the ladder for that touchdown too. Little freak athlete out there. But sticking with college football and other great players, Jeremiah Smith, Notre Dame running back. Jeremiah Love, not Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah Love, Notre Dame running back. His Heisman campaign hits a new high. Like, this guy only needed 8 carries to almost put up 200 yards on Syracuse. 171 yards, 3 touchdowns. That moves him on the season to 185 carries for 1,306 yards, 17 scores. Like, look, if Ashton Genty didn't get the Heisman, I highly doubt Love is going to get the Heisman, but holy crap, he absolutely should. You can't sit there and tell me if every college player was lined up on offense, every offensive player was lined up, that you would pick anyone besides him, maybe Jeremiah Smith at best. And I just don't know how you would not give him the Heisman. Just like the MVP, just call it what it is. It's a quarterback award at that point. But, oh my gosh, Jeremiah Love, dominant football player, going to be a great NFL player. What's next?
Number 8, Chris Paul finally is calling it quits at the end of this season. He's one of the greatest two-way point guards in the history of the NBA. I just want to send a salute to him. 12 All-Star appearances, 11 All-NBA, and get this, 9 All-Defensive Team. This guy has played both sides. He's the top 75 player of all time and arguably top 3 point guard of all time. Now, I wish he would have been able to win a championship. He's one of the greats who hasn't been able to get a ring like maybe a Charles Barkley, somebody like that. But what a career, what a guy. I mean, and one thing that I do know, because I knew somebody who he coached at Wake Forest. Chris Paul is just a guy of the community. Every city he plays for, he's a big part of their community, giving back, just being a real guy of the NBA. So salute to Chris Paul. Finally, you won't get a Kobe tour. You won't get a standing ovation everywhere you go, but top 75 of all time, top 3-point guard of all time. Salute Chris Paul.
Yep. Hey, speaking about Kobe and great players without rings, right? James Harden ties Kobe for the third most 50-plus point games in NBA history. We're talking, look, respect the hell out of his game. He might not play defense. He might flop quite a bit from the three-point line, and I've never liked that at all. I think it's only done bad for the games. It gets kids doing this stuff, and I just think it's a bad thing for the sport. But you cannot deny how amazing of a scorer he truly is. You cannot tell the story of the NBA without James Harden being a part of that story. Just buckets as buckets gets. That said, I've been seeing a lot of talk about putting him over Dwayne Wade, and I was like, brother, let me see that ring before I'm going to put him over Dwayne Wade for me, because some people would like to forget how good Dwayne Wade was even before LeBron ever showed up, and what he got the Miami Heat winning before LeBron ever showed up when he was the guy. I'm still taking Dwayne Wade over James Harden, but hey, respect to James Harden, getting way up on a big list there. What's number 10?
Number 10, last but not least, my guy, Quincy Wilson, the youngest Olympic gold medalist ever to win an Olympic gold medal. Tonight, he signed to Maryland University. He is arguably the greatest high school track and field athlete of all time. He owns every record in the 400 from U20, U18, every age class. He signed tonight to go to Maryland, staying home, which was a big decision for him because everybody thought he was either going to USC or he was going to go to UCLA or even South Carolina, but he chose to stay home. Quincy Wilson, once again, he is the youngest Olympic gold medalist in track and field history. He won his gold medal at 16 years old, being a part of the 4x4. I've been honored to have been coaching him since he's been 8 years old. He's 18 now. So I've been his private track and field coach since 8 years old. So I'm just proud of my guy. I love you. Hey, keep going. He will be the world record holder in 2 years in 2028 when the Olympics come to LA. I'm putting my money, putting the house on it now. He will be the world record holder in the 400 meters. So shout out to my guy, Quincy Wilson, signing to Maryland tonight.
Damn. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I mean,
yeah.
Iman, you gotta have some nice sprinting form, don't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I was never able to beat him after like 12 years old because, I mean, I'm not lying. He runs 44 seconds in the 400, 21 seconds in the 200. I've never been able to beat him after 12, but I used to beat him from like 8 to 12, and then after that, it was over for me because, I mean, he's one of the only guys I've ever coached that could beat me running. But, yeah, I'm pretty fast. I'm pretty fast, Austin.
Breaking the glass?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Loose jaw muscles.
Can I get back to the Jeremiyah Love too? I just want to say one thing. Marcus Freeman, I was a little disappointed in him because this was a game where that guy should have got 16 carries to try to run for 300 yards. I didn't like how just let him run it up. You seeing he's dominating. You know he could win a Heisman. Why not give him 20 carries? Why not?
Is it because it's probably because like this game is over? Why risk him getting hurt to where then we don't have him in the playoffs?
We scored 70 points anyway.
What's what I'm saying?
We scored 70 points anyway. I thought that was a time where he could have really wrapped the Heisman up by letting him get at least 16 carries to see what he would have did. I was kind of disappointed in that. Like, what? You should still be running him like now. And I mean, if he got hurt last year and didn't do anything. So, you know, getting hurt is part of the game. I was just disappointed in Coach Freeman because I was like, this is the opportune time where this guy could run for 300 yards in this game. And I mean, how many touchdowns, we never know. So I was kind of disappointed that he didn't give him 20 carries. And, you know, I'm a Houston Rockets fan too. So I've been a big James Harden fan for a long time, but he's just empty stats. I'm kind of over him. He's never played big games. I remember we had Golden State 3-1. And this guy, two games, man, we had him up 3-1. Austin, that was our year. We would have won. Tough. Chris Paul got hurt, but we still had James Harden just finished. I mean, he was awful. So I've been kind of off that train, and I kind of own all his sneakers. I buy all his sneakers because I've been a big fan. But he's empty stats at this point. He should never be in the same sentence of Kobe. Never.
Well, stat-wise, I mean, as a shooter, he's going to naturally find himself in those conferences. But no, I agree with you. He's always been a volume guy, and the volume has always helped him rack numbers. He's been efficient. Don't get me wrong. Defense, again, you all know me. I'm a two-way player guy. I want offense, I want defense, and I sure as hell don't want flopping if I don't need it. So there's definitely parts about his game that. And yeah, that series, I remember, that was one of those, like, you remember where you were when the Rockets absolutely blew it and James Harden forgot to show up at all.
Broke TVs, broke everything. But you got to think about it. We came back the following year and had a chance and lost to the Spurs. So I'm like, listen, I'm telling you, he's been just historically bad in the playoffs. And I've been off that train in the playoffs with him a long time ago. Because I broke too much shit that year. I put so much money on us winning it all because we had them. Austin, we had them 3-1.
That was a tough one. And again, I've been seeing when he hit this 50-plus point game and gets himself in there. And again, great player, and why I see a lot of the narrative going to like, why are we putting him above Dwayne Wade? And I was like, because, as shooting guards, all-time great shooting guards, like, look, Dwayne Wade's got a ring without LeBron there. When Dwayne Wade got that ring and was MVP of that championship, he averaged over 34 points a game and was the leader of that team to win that ring. So for me, James, fluke, choke in the playoffs, Harden always shows up. Dwayne Wade showed up in the playoffs completely opposite how Harden has ever showed up. So I don't care if Harden's got the better regular season, like points a game and shit. Dwayne Wade is, again, legacy and ranking players all time. We all know it comes down to, if there's a tiebreaker, it's how many rings you're wearing, who's got the more hardware. And
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
I was like, how is this a conversation? Like, I get it, but this should not be a conversation. That this is Dwayne Wade is still one of the, if not one, top all time shooting guard. I mean, top two. Who else? I don't know if shooting guards that well. Kobe's a shooting guard.
Kobe.
He's probably number one.
I wonder if they put Jordan as a 3 or a 2. I'm not sure if they put Jordan as a 3 or a 2.
He was like 6'6". I mean, I don't know. You know better. He was bouncing around probably. Did he play mostly?
He played the 2, because he played pretty much the 2. Because Scottie Pippen played a lot of the 3.
That's what I was going. That was what I was thinking. So Jordan, Kobe, Wade, probably something like that.
For sure. Yeah. In my eyes, I say that.
Yeah, I know Jordan and Kobe are your 1-2 ever over LeBron, which is still, I think, bold. I mean,
the Beanster was the guy, man. I'm telling you, Kobe was the guy, Jordan was the guy. They was cold killers, but that's why I like Dwayne Wade, because he was a killer too. With Shaq, he was a killer. With LeBron and them, he was a killer. And if he didn't have LeBron, just imagine how much offense he could have put up those years without LeBron and Bosh. They're just killers. I like killers.
Look, hey, we talked about LeBron. We don't have to get too deep, but like, it seems like this is working. The team that he's kind of built in LA and the role, like, it's seemingly he designed for himself. Because let's be honest, who's calling all the shots, and LeBron's going to do what LeBron's going to do. So he's going to play the role he wants to play with the players he wants to play with. Let's be honest, GM LeBron out here, Coach LeBron. That team is clicking, and that offense is built around Luka, fastest player ever to 400 points, 100 assists in a season. He does it in 12 freaking games. Is incredible. His production.
Oh my God. Nico Harrison should just really never come outside ever again. He should just never come outside. That had to be the dumbest thing ever. I mean,
alien life form, whatever he is.
And I think that motivated Luka to be like, y'all traded me. Like, did y'all really trade me? Okay. Hold my beer.
Yeah, I was about to say, hold my beer.
Yeah, because now I got to show y'all did the dumbest thing ever. So, listen, I agree with you. If it's going to look like that, I'll put money on Luka and LeBron against the Thunder in a 7-game series if it's going to look like that whole year.
And that's why I'm saying, like, it's looked so good. The Lakers moved into second in the West. They're riding a 4-game win streak, have won 10 of their last 12. Luka is on just an absolute tear. The Lakers are having their best start to their season since the 2020-2021 season. And it's mostly because they've, like, this whole thing's operating around Luka, and LeBron's playing a role that just makes sense for what they actually got. It's looking like, dare I say, the team that could get LeBron this last ring that he so desperately is craving. It looks that good, honestly. I could see it. I don't want to because go Bucks in 6, but I could see it. All right, let's get into some football. Back to it, and we should start with Jaxon Smith-Njigba because got to recognize the season he's having. We're talking about Sam Darnold, or not, sorry, Sam Darnold. We're talking about Matt Stafford as MVP and Jonathan Taylor and all these other guys as MVP, where Jaxon Smith-Njigba needs to be in the discussion. There is not an MVP discussion without JSN. I don't care if he's not 1, 2, or 3, because it's probably Stafford, May. I don't know. I probably might put him over Jonathan Taylor right now. The way things are looking, let's be honest, who was always the MVP in Seattle? Was it Darnold or was it JSN this whole time, actually?
JSN now, because and I honestly think Jonathan Taylor, it's easier for him to kind of get off because he's a running back. Like when you play receiver, they can do shell coverage, they can do underneath coverage, and he is beating it all. And he's not a big guy. And Sam Darnold's not, they don't consider him top 5, so he's doing it without a top 5 quarterback. And what he's doing is, 2,000 yards in the season. I know they go 17 games, but he'll get it before 16 games. I'm telling you, he's going to get it before 16 games. So, goodness grief, I'm with you. He deserves some votes.
Yeah, he's averaging 7 catches, 119 yards, and a touchdown. Or sorry, 7 catches, 119 yards per game through 11 games. 1,300 yards already is nuts. Only needs 600 something more to break Kelvin Johnson at this point. Yeah, he doesn't have a ton of touchdowns. He's got 7, which is still like insane. But where are you putting Jaxon Smith-Njigba in the football ranks right now? He's climbed into the Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase conversation. He's in that tier of wide receivers right now. Do you take him over Chase, Jefferson, or Puka perhaps?
No. Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, I wouldn't take him over him. I'm not a big Puka Nacua fan. I'm telling you, I've been on records. I like the way he plays hard. He runs good routes. I just think any receiver in that system is gonna look good. Cooper Kupp hasn't been shit since he's been in LA. So and that's why I say what Joey's saying. You seen what Justin Jefferson did last year with Sam Darnold. So I'm taking Justin Jefferson just because he's been doing it longer since his rookie year to now. Jamar Chase, that would be a flip of a coin, but I think Justin Jefferson is the best receiver in the league. And right now, let's go flip of a coin for Jamar Chase and JSN, because JSN is looking like Jerry Rice. I'm telling you, I've never seen a guy who's getting in and out of cuts so well. Like I said, the defense this is all they got. Stop me, and they still can't stop me.
Can't do anything. That's a big comparison, Jerry Rice, but I wasn't really alive for Jerry Rice's prime, maybe the back half of his prime, but I've seen enough. And it's funny what you just said, because I had the exact same thought when I was kind of glancing over the Seahawks game, when I was watching the Packers game. Every time I watch, it's a Jaxon Smith-Njigba clip on there. I literally caught myself saying, like, this dude just like Jerry Rice or something. He makes every play from every depth. And like you said, they're trying to stop him and no one can stop him. He catches freaking everything. You can't hang with him off the line of scrimmage. And I would agree. I would say still Jetta's over him. JJ first. I think he is still the clear favorite for number 1, but I would flip a coin for Chase and JSN. If I had to start my team with one of the two, I would probably flip a coin. But honestly, I think Chase has bigger spikes, whereas JSN, he is just consistently always at the ceiling, it seems like, where it seems like Jamar Chase could always put up some insane game that is oh my God, 11 catches, 210 yards, 3 touchdowns, some crazy like that, big game. But I don't know. I think I would agree. Flip of a coin. Okay, well, about this? Jaxon Smith-Njigba, Ohio State greats. Ohio State produces a lot of great wide receivers. They're a factory for wide receivers. So where is JSN of the Ohio State receiver ranks? Is he number 1 there?
Right now, he's number 1. I don't think Ted Ginn got a good shot in the NFL. I don't think he really played with good quarterbacks.
You say Ted Ginn?
Ted Ginn was
throwback.
Real good. Yeah, he was real good. Now,
I remember that. I remember it.
He got good quarterbacks, but right now, JSN right now. Now I think Jeremiah Smith is Jesus in cleats, so he's gonna have to be able to hold that down for a little bit longer. But yeah, and the reason I know people don't kill me, can't compare Jerry Rice to JSN, but I only do that because Jerry Rice wasn't a burner. He only ran 4.6 at the combine, so people thought he wasn't a breakaway guy, couldn't get open. That's the only reason I'm comparing him, because he's kind of similar he wasn't this combine god where he jumped 40 inches and ran 4.2. So I know.
Well, there's traits that it's hard to say, but all the traits are very, and that's the thing about and what Jerry Rice's skill set was, and it didn't matter. And it didn't matter what you did on defense. There's a lot of similarities to how he's used everywhere, what he does, everything, and just being completely unstoppable. And again, them size, speed, like a lot of similarities. Not the biggest cat in the room, that's for sure. That's the only thing. Like Chase is a much bigger dude. Like JSN, not the biggest. I think he's like 6 foot. Very casual size for a receiver. Everyone's like, man, if he was just 6'2", we might be actually saying he's the best receiver to ever walk the planet type of thing, because that's not stoppable.
Yeah.
But I was going to say for Ohio State ranks, JSN I think has to be number one right now. Garrett Wilson has all the potential to be number one, but he has lacked like the consistency and explosive production because of the quarterback play and the Jets. Chris Olave is incredible too, but he's had all the injuries and limited upside and just consistently bad Saints offenses. McLaurin is, I always want to tear McLaurin across from Devontae Adams in Green Bay so bad. I can't tell you how bad I was itching for that day. But it took him a very long time to break out because, again, bad quarterback play. And then he finally just had his first double-digit touchdown season the other year. And this year obviously has been, a step back. So, and then you got Marvin Harrison Jr. not living up to the expectations yet. He's had some struggles in Ibuka. Looks awesome, but, still very, very early with him. And so, I think he's the best right now, at least from the Ohio State ranks. But what about on the flip side of things where the not so great JJ McCarthy, we want to get into it. We don't got to get into him a lot. His name might come up a little later, but holy shit, is this guy bad? This guy, Mr. JJ 9-5 McCarthy had a really tough game yet again, and it got me thinking. Let's go through like 5 quarterbacks and let's pick, would we take them over JJ McCarthy? First name, Mac Jones.
Yes.
Jameis Winston.
See, yes. Yes.
If nothing else, because he's awesome to watch.
I love his energy, but he is an interception. He's just the interception factory. So
JJ McCarthy ain't better.
He's still young. And listen, he's still young. But yes, all right, I'm going to just answer the question. Yes, right now, and yes, I'm taking Jameis Winston over him. Yes.
Yep. Let's assume you have to start your season with this quarterback next year too. All right, Jacoby Brissett.
No. I'm not going. No.
You don't bring him in. You don't bring him in.
And the only reason I'm saying that is because I was high on JJ early in the year. I haven't had no Henny in a long time, so maybe that night I was drinking Henny when I said he was going to be good. So I gotta ride for him. No, better than Jacoby Brissett. I gotta say that. Yes, I'm taking JJ over Jacoby Brissett.
I would say bring in Jacoby. Just a little competition at camp. Let's see who comes out the better, man. If you got to start the year with Jacoby, maybe we start the year with Jacoby. Let him play his way out of a starting role, and then you'd be like, all right, JJ, here it is, kind of final shot, bud. It's now or never type of situation, because Jacoby's always going to be a bridge quarterback if he's playing at all, and it probably won't be full season no matter what. So I say bring him in. You got nothing behind JJ. Brosmer, the guy who's now going to start over JJ, but all right, next name. Malik Willis, Packers backup.
Yes, I'm taking Malik over JJ for sure.
Yeah. My eyes have seen enough Malik Willis in the Packers system to know that is still a much better quarterback than JJ McCarthy or anyone coming out. And last, we got to throw this one out there. Shedeur Sanders over JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, we taking perfect timing over him. We taking perfect timing. And even though I think his game got a little over-exaggerated, I mean, he had 2 big throws. One was 50. One, like, you threw a flare for 70 yards. So I think it kind of got over, but he shows accuracy. He shows some big-time throws. I want to see him play more games. But as of right now, I mean, JJ is looking like, oh, my God. He's looking bad, man. I mean, he's looking – my coach used to – you looking like Billy Kilmer out there. If you go research who Billy Kilmer was, he was one of the worst quarterbacks back in the days in the NFL. You don't even want to go look him up, but he's looking like Billy Kilmer out there, and he got me looking bad. I've coached quarterbacks my whole career, Austin, and I could have sworn I seen something in him, but God damn, I was blind that day. Goodness grief. He looks bad. He looks real bad.
It's not good. He's throwing picks every single game. A lot of games are ready with multi-interceptions. Obviously, the Packers, he had another 2. But yeah, Shador's game too, like everyone's, yeah, it sounds like he's going to keep maintain the starter role as he should. The offense looked a little bit better with him. Granted, now he had a really low QBR, terribly low QBR, because for the most part, he did not contribute to like all the yards he had. That big touchdown pass was a screen pass. And then, there was like some plays that were unfortunately like costly as a negative play towards a quarterback, like not getting a 3rd and 10 and only getting 8 yards, like goes as a negative stat for him as towards his QBR. So he had like a 13 QBR, like the lowest in the NFL, I think, despite like the other numbers looking good. He just wasn't really the reason why everything was going great. But hey, it looked not as terrible as it could have.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of over him too. Like he irritates me. Like, so that interview where he made
After
it
the
about
game?
him, yeah. And listen, Austin, I played quarterback, like, and I literally just posted the other day on my Instagram. It was an article that came out. I had I went 5 for 5 on the last drive. We end up scoring and winning the game. And when they asked me the biggest player of the game, I was like my kicker who made the extra point, because we won 20-19 and the extra point won us the game. I didn't say anything about me. I said my kicker that hit an extra point because we actually missed the field goal early in the game. I just think in that moment, Shador could have changed some feelings about him to say, hey, my defense played lights out. Shout to my line, giving me a little bit. Like, I just didn't like that. Only a week of practice. And imagine what I do in the off season. You got the 49ers next week after another whole week. We're going to see if you singing that same shit. I just hate selfish quarterbacks, me guys. That just threw me for a loop. I didn't like it. And one thing I do know, the NFL going to humble some people now.
Oh, yeah. The ego's going to get checked in due time. But look, young guy, riding his first, big win, big moment, right? Like, I get having fun, being excited. But again, you're the quarterback, you're the leader of the locker room, you're the tone setter, the example setter. It should be team first. The other dudes want that. That's what your linemen want to be talking about. Your linemen want to show that the quarterback's talking about them and showing them love. That's what I agree to that point 100%. It's like the moment reminded me of Jacob Mizorowski for the Brewers in the playoffs, where he comes in and has like one or like very limited, like one batter, two batter, whatever, and he gets off the mound. He's just jacked up. I think it was his first playoff appearance, and he gets a couple outs and is just jacked up as if he just did something extraordinary. Like, no, it's his first ever appearance in the playoffs, and he showed up and he balled out, and he's super exciting. Some people tried to dare give him shit for that, so maybe Shador's just having fun. But I agree with you on the sentiment of like what it looks like when your quarterback's on the mic and what is coming out his mouth. Like, the ego is definitely there. He hasn't earned it, but whatever. He's having fun, I guess. And like you said, he'll probably going to get humbled pretty soon here.
It's coming.
Well, speaking of it, let's talk about, we'll stay in the AFC North. The Ravens have moved into first place in the AFC North. Congratulations. You've made it this far on the journey, Iman. Talk to us. How are we feeling after that win?
So I'm conflicted because our offense just been looking too pedestrian here lately, but that gives me good feeling that even in a pedestrian offense today, we can win games, because I know at some point King Henry's going to go off, and at some point Mr. Lamar Jackson is going to start having great games. It's a little scary, though. It's a little scary to think this is the offense we got to take in the playoffs. But a win's a win. We're number one. And I mean, I'm talking, we started 1-5, y'all. 1-5, everybody was panicking over here in Maryland. We were pulling our hair out. But I'm excited. We keep pulling these wins away. Our offense just got to get something going. I just don't like the way it's looking. I really don't.
Who would have thought y'all would be winning games thanks to your defense and your special teams? Who would have thought? Lamar Jackson had no touchdowns this week. King Henry had 2 of them. Like, I think Lamar is tasked with bailing out all the bad around him. Meanwhile, I think the defense is bailing out everyone right now, which is funny given that how the season started. The defense, like, this might be the worst thing to ever step foot on a field is the Ravens defense. But, I mean, since the bye week, they've kind of been an awesome defense. Like, they started off November really strong. They're continuing to play really well here in the late stretches of November now. And if they can just find some something going, get the offense clicking a little bit more. Like realistically, Derrick Henry's going to be able to run over the rest of their schedule. The rest of their schedule is going to be very easy. It's like just keep feeding Derrick Henry, big Derrick Henry games, and let's build the offense around that. Just find something in that pass game. But yeah, that was a win's a win. They're top of the North. The Steelers blow it.
I'm gonna take it because that's gonna give us one home playoff game. We're better at home. We need at least one at home before we hit the road. So, and like I said, I know Lamar's gonna catch it. I think he's still a little injured. It's like I tell people, hamstrings is a bad thing to have. It's a lingering injury. So something feels off, but we're still getting wins. And like I say, I know it's gonna click at one point. King Henry and Lamar Jackson is going to be hell to pay at some point. So shout to our defense finally just pulling these wins out, special teams with John Harbaugh. That's what he does. He's just this special team guru. So listen, I'm not mad about the wins. I'm excited. God damn it. I'm excited. Aaron Rodgers still hurt. He's going to stay hurt. So I think we don't have to worry about the Steelers anymore. So Let's keep going, Flock. Let's keep going.
Hey.
Just keep getting these wins.
That Draymond Jones edition hasn't sucked. It didn't seem like a big thing at the deadline, but it's been a nice addition for the defense. Put it lightly. Tried to warn you. I'll try to give you some juice on that one. You shot it down. I was like, I think he was a good player.
You did. You told me.
Yeah, whatever's working. So we got that. I guess my turn quick. We'll just rip into the Packers. Here we go. Obviously, Packers, nice win against the Vikings. It was a pretty complete game. Again, JJ McCarthy, absolute dog shit of a quarterback, made it pretty easy to win. Jordan Love apparently, and it was a very big frustrating, why are we not passing the ball? Why are we not going for the dagger? We are taking advantage of this defense. Why do we keep running? Turns out, and we can kind of see it because Jordan Love's been nursing his left arm. He has the same shoulder injury that Baker Mayfield just got hurt with. And we saw Baker went down and he was in bad pain because Todd Bowles is like, well, sucks, buddy. You're out there and you're throwing the football. I don't care how bad your shoulder's in pain. And then he throws that deep ball and it's bad. Apparently Jordan Love was dealing with the same injury. We saw him handing the ball off with his wrong hand because he just wasn't really using that left shoulder. So now it makes sense because, oh my God, was that frustrating. Again, it was just run, pass, every single drive. But, if your quarterback, clearly we saw it impacted Baker Mayfield. So I'm happy that didn't happen with Jordan Love. So in that sense, good on the floor because at the time it's this dude is just obsessively scratching that I got to run the ball itch. That said, it is just frustrating that it seemed like there was plenty of dagger opportunities. And it's well, we're just going to run the ball again and take our field goal and get out of here with field goals. Which thankfully the Vikings offense was so bad with McCarthy that you could get away with it. And Brandon McManus was actually hitting the field goals. But I just need to see this team. And again, maybe it's probably because of Jordan Love, but I want to see them go for daggers. It was very, very conservative because of Jordan Love's left shoulder thing. So I understand it. But man, if he's good to go, that we just got to get back to the passing ways. Hey, Micah Parsons, that trade's been 100% worth it still. He's shown up enough in the run game. He's got 10 sacks. He's on pace for his career best in sacks right now. He's got 20 quarterback hits. He's got 60 damn pressures, despite the fact that he's the most double defensive end in football, leads the NFL in pressures. And it's been talked about. He's been amazing in the locker room, probably because, they're winning football games, unlike, certain Dallas could do. But on the inverse of that being awesome and worth everything we gave up for him, Luke Musgrave, the tight end that we drafted before Tucker Kraft, does not look like he's going to be the answer. We got other tight ends getting in the mix, which I don't hate. You see what the Rams are doing with all these tight ends in the mix and kind of making it work. But you drafted Luke Musgrave really damn early, and you kind of drafted him to be a field stretcher and a difference maker in your pass game. And his hands are a little bit unreliable. He's not much of an asset as a run blocker. But on the inverse of him, you got Christian Watson continuing to look like probably your best option at wide receiver right now and kind of easing into that wide receiver one slot. It seems like he's ramped all the way up to full health and back in the swing of it. He had a 40% target share this last week, which is high on the team. And he's had a 25% target share, I think, since he's been back. So he's getting a ton of looks. He's got 17 catches, 283 yards, 2 touchdowns, 16.6 yards per route or yards per catch right now, 472 air yards. So his presence is just opening the Packers offense back up. Jordan Love is slinging them a bit. You got more intermediate passing, more long passing now that he's back. And again, when you got that dude who can take the top off, you don't have to say Watson is this, or this, like one of the greats, but you have to respect what he does over the top to where underneath stuff, it's going to be more open with the Christian Watson effect. And he's in there as a blocker. Right now, he is PFF's 10th highest graded receiver in total grade. And it's because he's been an asset as a run blocker too. And he's been a great contested catch guy. His hands keep getting stronger. It looks like he's getting more reliable. And I saw the stat that since 2024, 97 wide receivers in the NFL have at least 70 targets. 12 of those 97 have 2 or fewer drops, and Christian Watson is one of those 12. So his hands have been reliable. He hasn't seen a huge target share because of just how the Packers offense is operating, but it seems like he could be an asset, a bigger asset with more targets. They obviously gave him the extension. Jaden Reed's coming back, so that should be awesome with Jaden Reed back, kind of doing the underneath gadget stuff too. And you got Watson in the mix and Golden if they dare to ever use Matthew Golden once he's healthy. But yeah, the Christian Watson effect's been very awesome to see his return and what it's meant for the Packers offense. So that's kind of what I got. Hey, now we got to go out and beat the division the rest of the season and earn our keep at the top of the division. It seems like, though, I don't want to say I want to finish third, but whoever's finishing in third in this division in the NFC North is probably going to make the playoffs as the last seed in the playoffs. Right now is what it's looking like. It's going to be them or the 49ers, and the 49ers have a quarterback problem. So give me the Lions, Packers, or Bears at the last place and last playoff seed over the 49ers, it appears. So that's kind of my thing. Great week. Hey, wasn't too painless. It was fun watching them sack the shit out of JJ McCarthy. That was fun. It was a good reminder of it. It could always be worse, and you could always not have a quarterback and have to hate your life watching football.
Hey, Austin, I'm going to still keep saying you got to wait till Micah get in the playoffs, though. I'm going to keep saying it.
Stop.
You got to wait till Micah Parsons get in the playoffs and see if he's worth the money in the trade, because he's been doing this. I'm telling you. And granted, I think y'all offense played decent against a great Vikings defense, but I want to see Micah Parsons in the game in the playoffs, when the game is on the line, y'all go down and score, and y'all need a stop. Y'all need a hellraiser, somebody who's just going to wreck shit. He hasn't shown me that yet, so I'm still waiting. Yes, he's doing well. Mike, I give you the claps, brother. I got jerseys. I'm going to still rock you, but you got to do something in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, and look, I like you said, with the very good Vikings defense, that defense blitzes more than anyone in football. And Jordan Love has struggled this year against pass rush and being under pressure. And that was a concern coming into the game. And now realizing has a bum shoulder and it limited the game plan. Like, hey, you know what? I've been very critical of Matt LaFleur. I think it's been very justified to be critical of the offense and LaFleur. But hats off. It was a good game plan. We didn't pass much because I think the situation, but Jordan Love was still efficient, 14 for 21, had an 85 rating. And in the offense, the Vikings had to know the Packers were just going to keep running the football. And we didn't even have Josh Jacobs. And it just kept working and setting us up and being in scoring position. The only downfall was there was no killer instinct to just go get points on the board. And Love was clearly good enough to throw the football, but I think they were playing it extremely safe. So the fact that a mostly conservative coach got even more conservative because his quarterback is limited against a really good defense that will blitz the shit out of you, and your quarterback's been bad there, and then still have the game that the Packers had, I'll take that all day long. I mean, big critical of LaFleur, like I said, but I'll give him his credit where it's due that, they were able to still move the ball the way they did given the situation. So last up of our trio, of course, we got Joey, whose Bears just keep freaking winning. The cardiac Bears winning in all the wrong ways, doing things previous Bears teams could never do, and win close games. Joey's got to feel good. It just keeps happening.
It's shocking. I think Iron Eagle signed off the game on Sunday with "These aren't the same Bears." And it's like, it's this weird alternate universe where they close out games and win and have confidence and have expectations. It's kind of what you have all the time in Green Bay. It's nice that you gave us a little bit.
You're welcome.
Thank you. But they're playing with house money right now. I mean, this team is probably a year or two ahead of schedule, and they have 8 wins already. And from my bad math, they have 8 wins for the first time since their 2020 season, the last time they made the playoffs, which means we've had 3 different presidencies since the last time they had 8 wins. I know the same guy won twice, but it's been 3 terms.
Interesting.
Since they've had 8 wins.
Yeah, so we saw the end of Trump 1, Biden start Trump.
Yep.
Damn, that's tough.
It's crazy. So, they're just really grooving right now, and the defense is defying all odds right now. They're starting linebackers out. They're starting cornerbacks out. Their backup linebackers are out. Their backup cornerbacks are out, and they're still finding a way to win. And credit Dennis Allen and this defense for scheming up what they can. I know the quarterbacks they've played have not been great, but they're still winning. And a win in the NFL is a win. And offense putting up 30 points last weekend. They're still a little rockier than I would like. The line's playing well. Caleb Williams this weekend, I'd say, was a win with, not a win because of. Still has his flashes, of course, but he's still missing these easy throws that can really put a game away. And I'm hopeful he'll be able to cut that, down as the season winds down. But, again, this is a team that, as we've talked about, is, still nowhere near the top of the cream of the crop here, but is now a division leader, which hasn't been said in a long time. And it is a team that now has their toughest stretch, right? You got the Eagles, the Packers, the Lions, even the Browns. Their defense is no joke. But there's a confidence here. Ben Johnson's turned this thing into a real organization, and there's just a feeling in the city that hasn't been here for a while. I'd say because the COVID year was the last year they had playoffs, no one could go. So the last one before that was 18 with the double doink and Matt Nagy.
Great times.
And there was a confidence there, even though it ended brutally. But this is really hearkening back to their last playoff win, which is 2010-2011 season, which is nuts to believe it's that long. But when Lovie Smith was here, whether you like him or not, and since then going in college and NFL routes, there was a standard, I'm not going to say of excellence because they didn't win a Super Bowl, but whatever's the tier down of that, there was an expectation of winning and good culture here that you went into every year with.
So normalcy perhaps?
Yes, that is the word, normalcy, that everyone else enjoys across this damn league. To where now, there's an expectation and a comfort, and it's odd where you go into a game and you go, oh, they have a chance to win, and they should win, and they're coached well enough to overcome their shortcomings. And yeah, Eagles is tough. Packers are going to be tough. It's a tough end of the year in these last 6 games, but they're now in the graphic in Monday Night Football that has them as a leader in the division. They had 0 in the graphic last year. Someone just posted it. December 5th. Last year was the last game that, before after Thanksgiving debacle. The Bears were so far down, they had 0 odds to win the North. They weren't even a percentage. To where now, a year later, heading into December, and that's all I asked when we started this show, and when the Bears season started, have meaningful games in December. And right now, however far it goes is gravy. They're in a position to have that meaningful spot.
So, Joey, how confident is the city in yourself? Because I know y'all got this stretch. Are y'all confident that y'all can get it done, or y'all actually just hey, we did pretty good this year. If we don't win any other games, we're happy with where we're at, or y'all going in saying, hey, we want to fucking make the playoffs?
Now that they have 8 wins this early, I'm all in for playoffs.
Yeah,
I mean, if they're creeping up the standings, 8 wins, 9 wins towards you get the end of the year, all right, that's success. Like the Lions did before they went on their run when they won those 9 games with Dan Campbell. But now we haven't had expectations like this in 5 years, let alone 10 years. I want to get to the playoffs. I want to get over that hump. And there's a feeling here that they can do that. They only probably need 3 out of 6 games to win to make it. I hope that they could realistically do it.
Yeah, they don't have to win them all. And just to be where they are right now, they're in an incredible spot. And I mean, they'll probably they have 2 against Green Bay, right? Yeah, because the Packers hadn't played an NFC North team since the Lions game in like week 1 or something like that. Like, so it's been forever. Though I have an unfortunate feeling that they'll split with the Packers. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But just, seeing the Packers where they're at with injuries, and I'll give it to the Bears. They're just extremely well coached right now. And I know there's still some flaws and some problems, and they don't got the pass rush they need right now. And if Jordan Love's under a clean pocket in both those games, then y'all better be ready to score 30-plus points is all I'm saying. So, but I could see it splitting because how the Packers season's kind of gone up and down themselves, and it's really been any given Sunday watching the Packers football. I'm like, what team are we getting this week type of thing? The defense will be pretty good, but what are we getting with the offense? So, and the Bears have been very good at taking away the ball. Their offense. Hey, DJ Moore on my bench this week in fantasy. Congratulations on the 2 touchdowns.
He's
I love that. I love that. About damn time. I'm so happy I didn't get to have any fun with that as you were on my bench, as I'm losing by a couple points with you on my bench. That was awesome. Thanks for waiting this long, DJ and Ben Johnson.
Took him 11 weeks. It's fine.
Oh,
and don't be surprised if they can't knock off Philly. Listen, if Dallas got them, they're gonna be feeling ass gonna be clenching a little bit going to Chicago. Listen, I'm telling you now, I've seen the Eagles make some runs going down the wrong end. So if Dallas can get them, y'all can get them.
I mean, Philly played some sloppy fourth quarter football.
Terrible.
They had like 14 penalties. They had a couple turnovers in the fourth quarter. Oh, they just went and shit right down their leg to lose that game in the worst type of way. But yeah, hey, Joey, top of the NFC North. I mean, have fun while you got to take the pictures, hang it on the wall because we're coming for you, baby. We're going to be number 1 soon. So enjoy it while you can.
Yeah, I get the pennant. NFC North champion on
week 12.
November 24th or 25th.
Week 12, number 1, the NFC North. We can get that printed, distributed worldwide. Why not? All right. Well, let's wrap up the show with one other thing. Something we thought might be fun to start mixing in the show a little bit, to call out some performances from the weekend, because we want to try to cover a little bit more and give more love to some dudes that we don't normally cover. We try to get a lot out, but I know everyone wants to hear their team talked about a little bit. So maybe this will be an opportunity to call out some players and some teams and get some more teams involved in our conversation. So let's talk about like a best performance, worst performance. We're going to call the best performance like put up the statue, player of the week. They did that good. Let's make a statue out of it. I'll kick us off. Jameis Winston is my put up the statue player of the week. Man, he deserved that win so bad. The Giants, and he didn't help him, not necessarily, but 366 yards, 2 touchdowns. He looked like a finesse god receiving the football, coming back to the football, breaking a tackle, getting down the sidelines. They had the double pass touchdown where he just yacked that thing all the way down the field to Wan'Dale Robinson for 6. I mean, funny enough, Jameis Winston had the top combined EPA of all quarterbacks in week 12, 16.9. He completed 5 passes with over 20 air yards, an insane amount of passes that he's just chucking downfield and completing. He remains the most electrifying man in the sport. And fun fact, he has as many receiving touchdowns in the month of November as A.J. Brown. So shout out Jameis Winston, my put up the statue player of the week. Iman, who do you got?
And though I love to see Mr. Snow Crab play, because we all love him, but because he's exciting, but I got to get the guy that actually won that game.
That's fair.
Put his team on his back, Jahmyr Gibbs, get the statue. 15 carries, 219 yards. He was averaging 14 yards a carry. Just imagine that. Every time I give you the ball, it's a freaking first down, 2 tuds. And, I mean, he had some clutch runs. I mean, literally. And I don't know what's going on in Detroit. Like, Jared Goff is starting to look bad. Amara St. Brown's dropping passes. If it was not for Jahmyr Gibbs, Lions are being some real trouble right now. So, like I said, Jameis balled out, but the one guy who actually won the game is Jahmyr. So, he's got to get the statue. He got the win and the stats to go with it. And is he not one of the best running backs in the NFL? Let's be clear.
Yeah, he's got to be. I remember on draft night when they traded all the way up to get him, everyone's like, what the hell are you doing right now? Which then I remember, like, man, every time you cut on the Jahmyr Gibbs tape of Alabama, it's like, this dude is so fast and
Yes.
slippery. So, I mean, the Lions have had some good – they've made some good decisions on draft night and for that organization lately. So, it's working out. He is absolutely – and that stat line he had against the Giants was sickening. He's got, I believe, 500 yards in the last – over 500 yards in the last couple games alone.
And just imagine if he didn't have to share the football.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. He has to share carries.
Yeah.
So,
David Montgomery he probably might be an offseason casualty. There's no need. It's great to have him, but you don't need a number 2 running back taking up much of your salary, especially not as much as Montgomery does. Montgomery's, he's probably not going to be a feature back ever again, but I mean, again, look at the Packers. Emmanuel Wilson, Chris Brooks for the Packers without Josh Jacobs looked awesome against a really good Vikings defense. They ran the hell out of the ball and they knew it was coming. So you can get good RB2, RB3 production without having to pay for it and just give Jahmyr Gibbs a guaranteed 20 plus touches a week. Because that's what you should be doing. That is what you should be doing.
For sure.
But all right, let's go to the flip side of this conversation then. Someone who's already come up, but on the flip side, it's the Burn the Tape Player of the Week. And I think this one's a Chalk Talk Social unanimous. Decision. Who you got?
JJ Dynamite McCarthy. Good times. No good times with him. JJ McCarthy, bro. Just throw that film away. Please, just throw it away, flush it, do whatever, set it on fire. It's a unanimous. He had the worst Sunday. He's starting to pile these Sundays up too. So, yes, that's my vote. JJ, burn the tape now.
Yep. Yeah, hey, JJ 9-5 McCarthy goes 12 for 19, 87 yards, no tuts, 2 picks, got sacked 5 times, a 34 passer rating, and you know it's bad when you got to pull out if you would have just spiked the ball on every pass stat, that's how you know it's like that was a tough week, right? So you spiked the ball every play, 39.6 rating. Like I said, JJ McCarthy against the Packers, 34.2. So stat I thought was also really interesting to contextualize JJ McCarthy's week against Green Bay. Vikings fans, you might want to close your ears from this one. When eliminating dropbacks with quick pressures, so pressures under 2.5 seconds, you get rid of those. JJ McCarthy's performance against the Packers this week was ranked 344th out of 346 QB performances this year in EPA per dropback and 331st in success rate. So that is one of the worst quarterbacking games of the entire season. Week 12, JJ McCarthy, burn the tape, player of the week.
And that's with the best receiver in the NFL.
Yep.
Let's remind everybody.
Yep.
He has the best receiver in the NFL with those stats. I swear I could do better tomorrow. I don't have to show up for film, nothing. Just tell me what the plays is. I know I can throw for 98 yards. I'm telling you.
Yep. And look, you would have not known that Justin Jefferson or TJ Hawkinson or Jordan Addison were even on the Vikings if you watched that game. Because if you look away for one play, you might have missed their 1 or 2 catches that they had all game. It was so bad. And obviously now Max Brosmer's coming in, or likely starting with JJ McCarthy hitting the concussion protocol. I don't remember what play, but he did get smacked pretty hard one play. I was like, ooh, he looks not too good. He had a little moment of sitting on the ground. I think that was probably the one. So we might see Max Brosmer in the game, and the bar's low. Bar's really low.
Super
and,
low.
We don't know. But all right, let's cut it there. As y'all know, Thanksgiving is coming up, but that does not stop that there will be more Chalk Talk Social this week. We got a couple fans. This is going to be one of our first episodes with a few fans on the show for Friday. So when you're recovering from that big old Thanksgiving meal, letting the gut hang out, unbuttoning the pants a little bit on Friday morning as you recover, throw on Chalk Talk Social, listen to a couple fans. It's going to be a fun time. But until then,
Happy holidays, people.
Happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving.